got an interesting little story for you to start the show, kind of a follow-up on Kansas shooting suspect Glenn Miller, Frazier Glenn Miller, Frazier Glenn Cross, call him what you will. The mayor of Marionville, Missouri, which is considered the hometown of suspect Glenn Miller in the fatal shootings over the weekend at the two Jewish sites in suburban Kansas City, said this week that he actually agrees with some of Glenn Miller's views. He said, I kind of agreed with him on some things, but I don't like to express that too much. That's Dan Clevenger on Monday in an interview with Springfield, Missouri's KSPR News. There are some things that are going on in this country that are destroying us. We've got a false economy, and it's some of those corporations are run by Jews because the names are there. The fact that the Federal Reserve prints up phony money and freely hands it out, I think that's completely wrong. The people that run the Federal Reserve, they're Jewish. Of course, are the people running the Federal Reserve doing the things they're doing because they're Jewish, or does he disagree with the Federal Reserve's policy and it just so happens that some of those people are Jewish? We're probably not going to hear that nuanced of a description or analysis from Dan Clevenger. In any case, all of this stuff that Dan Clevenger said parrots traditional anti-Jewish canards about the all-powerful Jewish conspiracy, controls the banks. This stuff was popularized in the 20th century. Remember the protocols of the elders of Zion. That's a favorite text, Lewis, of many anti-Jewish individuals. We have to give Clevenger credit where it's due, though. This is better than what he said 10 years ago, where he said in the Aurora Advertiser, I'm a friend of Frazier Miller, helping to spread his warnings. The Jew-run medical industry has succeeded in destroying the United States, misspelled, of course, workforce. The Jew-run government-backed banking industry turned the U.S. into the world's largest debtor nation. The Jew-run medical industry has succeeded in destroying the United States workforce. That's why our factories left. He also made very clear that he deplores violence and actually thinks that Glenn Miller should get the death penalty if convicted. So what do you make of this, Lewis? It's interesting because the stuff he's saying is the exact same. It's sourced from the same traditional anti-Jewish theories that are out there. These are theories that have been in some way or another responsible for the persecution of Jews for hundreds of years, even thousands of years, not the ones he's mentioned specifically here, but some of them. At the same time, though, he says, even though I was at one point a friend of this guy, I think killing is wrong. The funniest part of this to me, Lewis, is that in relation to Glenn Miller, this guy is being portrayed as, listen, guys, he's not really that bad. I mean, he did say Glenn Miller should be put to death, but if we separate it from that, this is an incredibly anti-Semitic guy.
Right. Still someone who's completely misguided. And I do recall, and I believe this was during our interview with Glenn Miller, that he said it would never come to violence and that he doesn't support the killing of Jews. Well, guess what happened? Well, he tried to kill Jews.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's one thing I don't remember from that interview with Glenn Miller back in April of 2010, whether he said, we've had so many extremists where we asked them to clarify, do you or do you not support the killing of Jews, of homosexuals, of black people, that I just honestly don't remember whether Miller made that declaration or not.
I'm pretty sure he said he didn't want to kill them all. He just wanted to put them all on an island somewhere. But clearly, he either was lying or changed his mind about things, and maybe the same could happen with this mayor. I don't know.